Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I am using my phone to upload my videos right now because my camera on my laptop is not working. I don't know what's going on with it. But yeah. So before we get started, I know that I have been gone for a very long time and I'm sorry about that. If y'all been here for a while, y'all know my mental health is not good. So I've just been having a really hard time with my mental health. I've just been having the ups and the downs, and I just needed a break. I also have decided that from now on, I will still be uploading on Mondays and Friday, but I will be talking about missing children. So I just found like I have a passion for that, and I just want to be the little voice of these little babies that are missing. I know it's going to be hard for me, and I will probably have to take a break in some of these cases, or just take a break and not upload for a while, just because these are missing little angels, and I have a daughter myself, and it's just hard to read them, and just to know that that they're out there, but the family still have no answer. So yeah, but I still wanted to do that. So if you are interested in that, go ahead and subscribe to my videos and turn that notification so you could be notified every time I upload. And that's what I was gonna say. So for the beginning of this case, we're gonna be starting talking about Sabrina, a sweet little angel with some big, beautiful eyes that has been missing since 1997. And she was from Vallejo, Florida. In danger missing. She was a female, white. Her date of birth is the 6/27 of 1997. She would be 25 if still alive, and she went missing when she was 4 months old. Her height and weight is 2.6 20 pounds. Clothing jewelry description: a lavender sleeper with the former pattern. She's Caucasian female, brown hair, blue eyes, beautiful blue eyes. Sabrina has several remarks in the shape of their letter Y below her right shoulder. Her last name is pronounced Isenberg. And I'm using, like I said, I'm using my phone and my laptop. So if y'all see me doing this, it's because that's what I'm doing. So, and if I'm not looking at the camera, it's because on my phone. Actually, it's because I am reading from my laptop. So Sabrina disappeared from her family resident on Vallecrito, Florida, between 12 a.m. and 6:42 a.m. on November 24th of 1997. Her mother, Marlene, I'm not even going to try to say the last name, told authorities that she checked on Sabrina approximately at 12 a.m. and the infant was sleeping in her crib. She stated that when she returned to her daughter's room at 6:42 a.m., Sabrina had disappeared. An handmade blue and yellow blanket with an imprinted animal image in yellow penny was also missing from her crib. A photo of the blanket is posted with this case summary. Sabrina has never been seen again. The garage door and one of the doors to the Aisenberg's residence had been unlocked during the morning of Sabrina's disappearance. Investigators found an undefined blonde hair and a shoe print near the baby's crib, as well as 7 undefined fingerprints in the house. Neighbors told authorities that there had been several accidents involving possibly attended breaks-in the area in homes with small children. One of the Aisenberg neighbors report that his dog barked at approximately 1 a.m. on the morning Sabrina vanished. After letting the dogs outside, the man believed he heard a baby crying somewhere in the distance. He stated that none of his close neighbors had small children at the time. It's not unknown if the cries the witness thought is overheard were from Sabrina. Sabrina's parents say she strongly resembles her older sister Monica at the time she disappearance. A photo of Sabrina of Monica at age 4 is posted with this case summary. Sabrina may still look like her. Sabrina's hair was brown at the time of her disappearance, but may have lightened to blonde as she grew older. Authorities questioned why no one inside the Harrisburg residence woke. If any intruder needed abducted Sabrina, the family-owned dog. They stated that The pet never barked during the night. Sabrina disappears. Investigators suspect Marlene and her husband Steve were connected to their daughter's cases. Photo both of their children's parents are posted with this case summary. Also, authorities obtained permission to place listening device inside the family's home 3 weeks after Sabrina's disappearance. According to the police transcript of their conversation, Marlene and Steve both said that Sabrina was dead in doing the tapings. That's what they said. Is illegible. I'm not gonna say that's what they said, but that's what the authorities think that that's what they say because they did. But back then, I don't think hearing a conversation would have been that good, especially in those days. Sabrina's parents were indicted on conspiracy and additional charges in September of 1999, nearly 2 years after their daughter vanished. On February 2001, a judge found that the investigator lied when seeking permission to place the rich tapes in the Spring residence. Stephen and Marlene were clear of all charges against them. The judge also stated that there was nothing on the tapes which contained the evidence mentioned in the transcript of the Harrisburg conversation. The lead prosecutor in the Aisenberg cases was fired. On July 2001, Steve and Marlene attorneys filed motions seeking for the government to repay their clients' legal fees in August 2001. Given the charges have been dropped, they received 2.7 to 2.9 million in damages. It's probably more now if you are good at math, but I'm not, so we're not even gonna try. The amount was later reduced to 1.3 to 1.5 million. Steve and Marlene sued again, seeking further damages and accusing their prosecutors of conspiracy to deprive them of their civil rights for creating evidence and lying about it. In 2004, a judge dismissed the suit, saying that the law gives prosecutors immunity from such lawsuits about their official actions. A similar lawsuit against the sheriff's office was in 2006, dropped by the Aisenberg, has decided it was mentally independent. The investigation of their daughter's disappearance. Steve, Marlene, and their attorney met with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office detective in August 2005 to discuss Sabrina's case. Sabrina's parents were subject to a sensitive question and they took polygraph tests given by their lawyer and his sheriff's office. The sheriff's office has not released the results of the test, but Stephen and Marlene claim they both passed. They have not been ruled out as suspects in Sabrina's disappearance, but have cooperated with the police as authorities began investigating anew. On April 2003, the possibility was raised in that Sabrina May Palom, unknown, an infant who was abundant in May of 1998. A photograph of the child at a shoot is posted with this case summary. Paloma is an infant was taken across the Mexican border in Texas by a teenage female claiming to be her mother. The teenager gave Paloma to Molly Garza, a Spanish woman who may have been working in the textile industry. Case Garza was being deported to Spain and could not take the child. She gave Paloma to a friend who was registered nurse at Migrant Clinic. Garza signed her name, allowing the nurse to give Paloma up for adoption. Such of the book adoptions are non-common around the Mexico border. The nurse gave Paloma to her sister, who raised her with her husband in Pasadena, Illinois. They tried to adopt her, but without a birth certificate or any information on Paloma's background, they were not allowed to. Instead, they were appointed her guardians. Several agencies have tried to determine information about Paloma's percentage, but came up nothing. A woman in Michigan saw Sabrina's missing child post in the spring of 2003 and noticed that the resemblance between Paloma and the missing baby picture. She called Sabrina's parents, who agreed that Paloma did resemble their daughter. A DNA sample was collected from Paloma and compared to a sample police had of Sabrina. It did not match. Paloma remains undefined. Stephen and Marlene moved to the Maryland with their two older children after Sabrina disappeared. They continue to maintain their innocence in Sabrina's disappearance and state they believe that their daughter is alive and living with another family somewhere in the United States. Many investigators still think Sabrina was the victim of foul play. Her case remains unsolved. And this is the case of this poor baby. I cannot imagine the pain that these parents have to go through. You wake up and one of your daughters is missing, and on top of that, cops are pointing fingers at you, and people are pointing fingers at you. I remember when I was researching this case, I seen another YouTuber cover this case, um, and a lot of people were mad at them because they moved instead of staying in that same house. Because a lot of I've seen a lot of parents that their children goes missing. They stayed in the same house that their children grew up. They stay with the same number because they are praying and hoping that their kids come up, come back, come back and they're alive. They're somewhere healthy. So when they did move, I did hear that a lot of people were taking back with that. Like, why wouldn't you want to stay here with your daughter? But you never know. You can't judge people. You can't judge them for what they did. That was their choice, and that's what they wanted to do. And it is what it is. And I hope that Sabrina, if you're out there, baby girl, your mom and your dad and your sisters want to see you. If somebody knows where she's at, please, please, anything will help. Don't matter how small it is. It don't matter if you don't think it's important. It could be important to the case. You never know. Just help these. My thing is, I want to help these family, and I want to put these stories out there because these kids need to be found. They need to be found. There's kids. I've heard stories about kids that have come back alive, and it's not just in a lot of cases. It does not happen like that, but sometimes I think knowing is what makes it more, more, not better, but like more, kind of like, I don't even know how to say it, but it makes it, knowing where your kids are at, whether they're alive or not. It just, I feel like it takes that burden off of you in a way. And but when you don't know and you go years after years after years just not knowing, it's really hard. And I think it's really hard for every parent. I don't wish this on any parent, but I'm so glad to be back, guys. Like I said, I would just, Mondays and Fridays I'll be uploading, and I will be just talking about missing cases of children. If y'all have any cases out there that y'all want me to talk about, or any case that has not gotten the attention that it needs, leave it in the comments below, and I will write it on my list, and I will talk about that case. So thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it, and I'm so excited to be back.